Hello everyone, today we're going to go over my favorites for this month, and I can't believe August is already over. But first we'll talk about my favorite foundation that I've been wearing the past few weeks. This is the new Burberry foundation. It is number 206 in Trench, and I prefer this to the sheer foundation that was previously launched, and I wear number 5 in that one. Number 6 looks light on my skin at first. This is the Burberry Fall look. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, I just posted it, so you can watch it on my main channel, which is youtube.com/Raeview. And this foundation is really nice, but it still isn't quite as awesome as my Lancome Tint Idole Ultra 24 Hour, and I wear that one in 320 bisque. So these are my top 2 liquid foundations of the moment. Now my miss for this month was actually the YSL Teint Touche Eclat foundation, and this is also a new foundation for the fall, but unfortunately I just couldn't get myself to love it. The foundation is pretty sheer, just like the YSL famous product, the Touche Eclat, which this foundation was modeled after. And as much as I like the texture, the way this foundation really melds into the skin, it looks very natural, but I honestly feel that for the price, I just think that the Burberry foundation is a lot more versatile. The packaging's better. This one's made out of glass, so it's harder to travel with. It does, however, have a pump, unlike most glass foundations packaged this way. And this one does have a broad spectrum SPF of 19, which is great for those of you who are out in the sun more. It's just that I think it's more of a light summer foundation, but fall is coming up, so I just don't think this was appropriately launched. I do think, however, though, that the Velvet Foundation by Burberry is the one you should try next. Now for some more skincare. This is Bioderma and Kagendo's Cleansing Spa Waters. These are both cleansing waters, and what they do is they remove foundation. I just drop them onto a CVS cotton pad and I just wipe down my face and it removes makeup. Honestly, I like both of them equally. I think the Bioderma is less expensive, but the Kagendo comes with a travel size version, which I love. I love these travel size toiletries because they're so much easier to travel with, and I'm always on the go, so I always like to have things that I can throw into a bag. Now, they both don't take off my Hypnous Drama Waterproof Mascara by Lancome very well, and that's my favorite mascara of all time. So I just use Lancome Bifacil or Uemura cleansing oil. Otherwise, this can take off anything else on your complexion. So these are great if you don't want to wash your face. And that's the cool thing about those cleansing waters. You wash your face without having to use water and soap. So now for mascara. Speaking of my favorite mascara, which is again the Lancome Hypnous Drama Waterproof, I've been trying 2 drugstore mascaras that have been doing pretty well for me. The first is the Falsies Volume Express Waterproof, which is the one with the blue label, and then the second is the Falsies Volume Express Flared Waterproof. And I thought I would like the flared more, but it turns out that I like the regular, the Falsies Volume Express Waterproof much more. It gives me really long lashes. It's probably the best lengthening mascara that I've tried in a while. Definitely the best for the drugstore that I've tried, and I think this was only $5. So I would definitely repurchase this. I don't get as much curl hold or volume. I definitely get a lot more length from this than the Hypnous Drama Waterproof. But, you know, I love volume and curl hold more, so that's why this would never top my Hypnous Drama Waterproof. No mascara tops that for me. I have really straight, stubborn Asian lashes, and that's just the Miracle Mascara. And as nice as the flared is, I don't love it. I just don't think that the curl hold is as good. So definitely stick to the regular Volume Express. And as I just stated, I just finished filming the tutorial for this Burberry fall look, and I have absolutely been loving the Burberry single eyeshadows again. During the summer, I pretty much always wear my Eyes to Kill Silk Shadows just because they're crease proof, really easy to just throw one shade on, and they have really nice multi-dimensional shimmer, so I don't feel pressured to wear more than one eyeshadow. But the new Burberry eyeshadow in beige, or excuse me, dark sable, has been my go-to with number 6, which is always on my vanity. So I love these eyeshadows, and if you haven't seen Burberry eyeshadows, or if you've been hesitant to try one and you don't think they're pigmented enough, whatever the case may be, definitely go ahead and give number 23 a try, because this is my favorite. I have been shopping for waxing supplies since I've been waxing brows and doing my best friend's brows and her boyfriend's brows. This Palladio SilkFX shadow in Herbal. This is probably the best eyeshadow quad that I have ever tried from the drugstore. I mean, this thing is so pigmented, so silky. It is true to the name, SilkFX. It is gorgeous, and I highly recommend if you're looking for a basic, slightly warmer color to wear on your eyeshadows as an everyday look, definitely give this one a try because you get 5 eyeshadows, liner, highlighter, all over base, crease, and lid for $10. There was a cooler taupe version also available. It reminded me a lot of the taupe from Lancome's color design palettes, the one with 5 shades as well. I really love that one and it looked pretty similar. But I only picked up the herbal and I'm glad I did because this thing is awesome. It's very pigmented, smooth and long lasting. So now for eyeliner brushes. I stated before that I liked the Smashbox arched liner brush a lot and I have been using this 24/7, but I wanted something that was thinner with bristles that wouldn't splay as much. The bristles are already starting to come apart just a little bit because I've been using it and washing it regularly, but overall I still think this is my favorite. And I have 2 other liner brushes that are thinner than the Smashbox, but they're also really good as well. A lot of you told me to try the Sonia Kashuk and the e.l.f. I already do have the e.l.f. and because I already love the Smashbox so much, I don't think I would go out and buy the Sonia Kashuk just because, you know, I have a lot of brushes already. But the e.l.f. is really good. It's a lot smaller in comparison. But if you don't like the arch of these brushes and you just want a regular liner brush that's thin and small, definitely try the Sigma eyeliner brush in E11. This is from their Performance Eyes kit and it's a really itty bitty brush. But it works really well to get into the corners and to get a really precise thin line. So it just all depends on your preferences. It's just that at first I thought that the Smashbox arched liner brush could be improved. I just happen to fall more in love with it the more I use it. And we'll finish up with the brushes and end with the lips. So 2 more products that I have been adoring this month are my new Uemura brushes. I first got a lot of questions about the 17 Pony Squirrel brush. And all the Uemura brushes are made in Japan. They are really, really well made. They don't look the prettiest, but I mean, they work so well. They blend beautifully. And the 17, unfortunately, is a Euro and Asia exclusive. So I got mine through yesstyle.com. However, the number 20H Pony brush is actually the one that I used to contour today. And you can see how I did it in my Burberry video. This one is actually my favorite. Between the 2, I prefer this one. Just because I have a rounder face and I like to wear my blush at the top of my cheekbones. And you know, if you have a really slim face and you like to wear blush right at the apples of your cheeks, the 17 might work better for you. But if you're like me and your face shape is a little rounder and you like to contour and make yourself look a little bit more mature, then the 20 is the way to go. And you can wear this for powder. This is a multi-functional brush. I think everyone should have this. And I got this through the Uemura website and they ship from Canada because unfortunately Uemura is no longer in the US. So they ship out of Toronto, I believe. And it only takes me, I'm in Southern California, and it only takes me about a week to get my products. So definitely it's worth the trouble to go through and order this. Okay, so the 2 glosses that I have been wearing the past 2 months all the time are Coralista by Benefit. This is one of their new Ultra Plush glosses. This is a lot less pigmented than my staple, which is the Gloss Fluo de Chanel number 427 in Pop. This one was available last summer. I wish they would bring it back. I want them to make it permanent because it's so moisturizing. This is my holy grail lip gloss. I have backups of this because this is the first lip gloss I ever found that really didn't make my lips peel. Chanel Glossomers and Gloss Fluos are, you know, people think they're overrated, too expensive, but if you have very dry, sensitive lips like I do, then these are worth every penny, so definitely give them a try. And if you can find Pop or Laser, which is the pink version of this, then pick it up right away. But Coralista is a really good alternative and it doesn't have any shimmer, which I do like, and I do have to reapply this often, about every 30 minutes to an hour depending on how much I'm talking or what I'm eating, but I do really love it and I carry this with me everywhere. Last but not least, I have lipsticks. I recently wore the Hourglass Canvas Opaque Rouge in my Watch Me Get Ready tag, which I posted earlier this week, and I adore this color. It is a very natural rosy lipstick and it dries matte. It dries completely matte. So it might be tacky at first, so it feels a little gummy on the lips, but it dries down to a really smooth matte lipstick that doesn't move. So if you have really dry lips, you will see cracking through the lips. If you don't exfoliate, you will see patches. So make sure your lips are nicely exfoliated and smooth before you tack on this lip color. You can see the full range of colors at any Sephora that has an Hourglass counter, and there are about 10 shades. I will go ahead and try to post pictures of these, but I don't have actual swatches. So the Ballet color was the one that I was most interested in online. Thank goodness I didn't purchase it because it is super bright, very blue, and it's just too much for me. So Canvas looks more brown online, but on the lips it's actually much more pink. And my last miss for this episode would be the Guerlain Rouge G L'Extrait lipstick, liquid lipstick in the Rouge G packaging. I really wanted to love this color, but it's just too brown for me. So I'm actually going to exchange it for, as you can see, it's pretty much a rosy brown. I was expecting it to be a nudie pink, but it's just too brown for me. I'm going to exchange it for Paris, which is supposed to be more of a mauve pink, and I'm hoping that will work out better for my coloring. This is nice if you're looking for an alternative that's not too red, not too rose, with a very natural look. And this Guerlain formula does not dry down nearly as matte as the Hourglass. That's actually why I like the Hourglass more. So this one looks more like a traditional creamy lipstick, but it is in a liquid form. I just don't happen to love the color on me. It has nothing to do with the formula. I really like the packaging. It's super cool because once you pop it up, you can open the flap to see the mirror and apply your lipstick on the go. So that's nice. It's just, this is very expensive, first of all, and I don't think I could justify keeping this without absolutely loving the color, which is why I'm going to exchange it for Paris. So thanks so much for tuning in as always, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye!